Going on to my Aquarius. So you have the Death card, the Five of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Magician, the Temperance, the Hanged Man, Two of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. So what I'm seeing here for a lot of you is, a lot of you Aquarius, right? You have the Death card. So putting it into the past, moving forward. The Death card is a hard, abrupt change, almost painful. You know, whatever it is that I get, the Devil card or the Tower card, mostly the Death card though, it really is about hard, abrupt change. Like literally, like you Aquarius are one time dealing with people who are stalking you to now being like, well, I'm going to go ahead and move on to something else. Whatever. I don't really care. Let's continue to move forward. You know what I mean? Like a hard stance. So the Five of Cups and the Knight of Cups represents, and see, you know, you're moving along so fast and so abruptly. Again, letting go of the people, so-called friends, letting go of so-called romantic loved ones that you recently was talking to, but you realize that it's not a good fit for you anymore. A hard stance, like moving forward harshly, like, okay, they not calling them, not, you know, maybe even you know, maybe you do call them, but because I'm not really getting the moon, but maybe you do call them, but you're calling them and you're like, hey, you know, we're going to have to go ahead and break up. They're like, oh, this, that, and third. Some of them getting mad, and some of them being, you know, just depressed or some sort of, you know what I mean? Some sort of sad about it. And a lot of you Aquarius are like, look, you're doing it for your own good. This is something that you have to do. This is not something where it's disrespectful per se. This is just something that you have to do. You're not a good fit for these people because they want the layman life, meaning that they're caught up in the sense that they think a relationship is just only about convenience, and you know, they're not doing anything exciting. They're just looking towards you, and it's just mediocre. You know, they call you, they don't have anything to talk about. They're not elevating themselves whatsoever. You know, so many people want to be power couples, but people don't really understand it. You have to be a powerful person on your own, and then learn how to work a relationship together without butting heads. You understand? Now, a power couple is very possible, and it does happen, but a power couple usually doesn't happen because there has to be extreme teamwork happening here. There has to be an exorbitant amount of love and appreciation and understanding and wisdom. And a lot of times people are not wise. People are not, you know what I mean? Patience, that's another thing too. You need patience, lots of patience. You need the ability to look over certain things that are going to annoy you. And when it comes to that, a lot of you Aquarius have not found that. See, because again, you know, zodiac signs like Aquarius, like Virgo, y'all could, you know what I mean? Y'all can be so far ahead. You know, and I have a saying that I don't necessarily say on camera. I've said it off camera. Just so happens to play out that way. But my own personal saying is that I live in the future, and that not everyone, of course, I'm not trying to make everyone feel like they're stupid, because I'm sure that there's very smart people out there, but at the same time, the people who are behind, I say I live in the future. Now that's a very Aquarius thing to say, but again, I'm part Aquarius, right? Saturn and Aquarius in my 11th house, right? So I say stuff like I live in the future, and that people who haven't caught up yet, you know, they're going to have to essentially catch up. But I'm in the future because I'm so far ahead a lot of times. And this is the scenario that a lot of you Aquarius happen to find yourselves in. You're letting go of those people from the past because you understand that you're in the future. You're so far ahead and have accounted for or paid attention to or been responsible and made sure that you're not overlooking them or disrespecting them or underestimating them. You realize you've come to the conclusion that these people, you and them, are not really the best of couples to really keep existing. So you had to break up with them. And this is where the sadness comes into play for them. But the Magician and the Temperance represents, again, it's not that you're trying to insult them. What it is that a lot of you Aquarius understand that some of the things that you want to do. I know a lot of Aquarius who have big plans. Put it like this: a lot of you Aquarius have big plans, but only a select few of you actually get to live out those plans. It's the same thing with Capricorn. And Capricorn and Aquarius are not only right next to each other, and no other two zodiac signs in the wheel out of the 12 are right next to each other, and they happen to share a planet, but y'all happen to share a planet, which is Saturn. So a lot of you Aquarius get that same kind of industrious energy of having big plans and thinking big, wide pictures and stuff like this is really from Saturn. Uranus is more so of the brainstorming, right? Because Uranus is about thunderstorms specifically, right? As to where just regular rainstorms is something like Pisces. But thunderstorms is Pisces and Aquarius, right? Mixed together. And sometimes Scorpio, depending on the situation, right? Sometimes. But you have big plans. You want to do big things in your life, and you understand that they're not going to be able to keep up. They're not a good match. So the Magician and the Temperance now represent, so you're going to continue to speak to other people and see who's more so your speed, right? Who more so has big plans themselves, can work in a team. They're not disrespectful, and they're able to meet you halfway, right? Be able to get into a little bit of some of the things that you're interested in. Y'all saw that orb? Anyway, I'm not making this stuff up, right? I can't. Anyway, so you have the Hanged Man now, right? So the Hanged Man now represents, and one of the things that a lot of you Aquarius need to understand is that as you're doing that, a lot of people are not going to like you, but it's a decision that you're going to have to make. Remember what it is that you're looking for. You're looking for a significant other on either side that can match you in seeing the bigger picture, and can also meet you halfway and assist you, not help you, but assist you, put in, do certain amount of things to assist you in your success, right? That's a trait, again, that you have with Capricorn that y'all share. Because like I said before, only a select few of Aquarius, and I do mean a select few, actually accomplish greatness. Because I know a lot of Aquarius. My father's an Aquarius. Set McChristian Thomas is an Aquarius. And what's the difference? The difference is, and it sucks to say this, but my father, love my father, but my father is very difficult to deal with. And unfortunately, he hasn't necessarily accomplished the most in his life, right? Even though he has a house and stuff like this and land, but that's pretty much all it is that he has. As far as, with Set McChristian Thomas, I'm pretty sure that Set is accomplished in his own right. So I can't just because I don't necessarily get along with Set or my father for that matter, does not necessarily mean that I got to go ahead and kind of underestimate either or. I still have to be, fair with this. So a lot of the times what happened is that you Aquarius, select few of, sorry about that, my eye itching, but select few of you Aquarius really get to accomplish that greatness. And that really goes for some of you Capricorns too, right? Capricorns secretly want world domination on a global scale. Everything, right? Everything. They want to have their hands in everything. But only few Capricorns actually get a chance to have their hands and know how to actually branch out and expand. So now the Hangman represents one of the things that, and this is what I'm talking about, a lot of you Aquarius are going to have to become thicker skinned, because you're going to have to understand that when you're searching for that special person, that the two of you, where they can match you, where they've got something going on and they understand what it is that you're talking about, and the two of you have something interesting, right? You really have to meet people that are in your field, really, or at the very least know enough about it, and or have, yeah, I guess you could say in your field, because they have a certain amount of experience in it, or at the very least they're really willing to learn. At the very least, they're willing to learn, because part of what makes a lot of people end up breaking up is the fact that those people are not really willing to have anything in common with each other, right? You know, you Aquarius, I know a lot of Aquarius who are in the real estate. You Aquarius may have some real estate, and a real estate is actually kind of an Aquarius kind of thing anyway. But you Aquarius may have some real estate, but the person finds it boring and they're unwilling to learn. Obviously, if they don't have any kind of other traits that intrigue you Aquarius, where you can look at them and understand, okay, this person is evolved out of their animal instincts, where it's just about intimacy, you know, short-term fun, eating, you know, money, blah, 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 money to just blow off and to impress people. A lot of you Aquarius wouldn't even go for that. And the Two of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles now represent. So as a result, a lot of you Aquarius, right, make sure that when you're getting to know people, the two of you actually have something in common, and make sure that you can verify this, right? You know that these people legitimately have something in common with you, and it's not just them lying. And how you know that is by asking them questions, right? Asking them questions about what they said that you and them have something in common with, or something that they said that they have experience in, right? Ask them certain questions, right, about real estate, asking them this, asking them that, having them tell you what it is, right? Having them simplify certain things. And the Seven of Pentacles is that if it seems like, you know, they can't seem to answer that question or stuff like this, then that's a dub. That's a whole dub. It's a dub, because they're lying. They're just saying that type of stuff. And this is what I mean when I say this is the traps of dating, is that sometimes people will lie to you to be in a relationship with you. I'm telling you, this is another one of the games. People tell, oh yeah, you like this? Oh yeah, I like that too. But then when you begin to ask them questions, oh really, what do you think about such and such? Oh, what do you think about it? Well, I asked you because I wanted to hear your take on it. I admire what it is that you have to say. I would appreciate it if you did. Oh, well, then they just not really telling you anything specific. You can kind of understand, oh, these people lying. And people do a lot of lying. You know, the average amount of how people lie is probably about once or twice a week, right? That's average, once or twice a week, right? But then once you start getting into 3, 4, 5 times, it's like, okay, now we got ourselves a problem, right? 5 and I should say 6 and above, now it's like, okay, you trying to create some issues that's not supposed to be there. So the King of Wands and the King of Wands, excuse me, and the Seven of Swords now represents how this is a situation for a lot of you Aquarius, where, and don't be shy. Don't really be shy. Let people know what's going on, and let people know, right? Date people for real, for real. Take them seriously until they shown you a whole new face. And if they do show you a whole new face, then don't take them seriously and move forward, you know? But you do have to know for sure who are people who's going to be untrustworthy because they're just saying certain things because they like you, but that's not who it is that they really are. And a lot of and we need to start talking about that too, if it ever comes up. But it came up here. That's how a lot of people end up getting caught up in marriages. That's why back in 2020, you started to see how so many people was getting divorced during 2020. It's because people actually legitimately had time now to peep game who this person was, because everybody in the house. So now you got to actually like get to know this person. And this goes to show you how most people don't really get to know. They don't take time. They're so fast to start high, adrenaline and excitement and this, that, and the third, instead of starting low. It's supposed to be boring. It's supposed to be boring at first. It's supposed to be something unassuming. It's supposed to be something that you know what I'm saying? Something that you've already seen before. And then it's supposed to get better with time. This is why, like I said, during 2020, I'm not going to say what we had during 2020. So much of that type of stuff was happening, the divorces, stuff like this, because people actually have to get to know each other. So now you sitting up in the house, you getting to know this person. You find out that this person, who this person actually is not the person that you married or you linked up with at all. So let's clarify some of these cards. And they got all the way to marriage before they decided that they wanted a divorce, that they really wasn't compatible like that. So let's clarify the King of Wands. We have the King of Wands again, the Hermit, the Eight of Cups, Page of Wands, and the Hanged Man. So to clarify this card, right, be the inquisitor, be the detective. Ask them questions, find out what's going on. And if things don't add up, leave. Page of Wands, continue to get to know other people and allow your, and if people want to talk smack about you, again, there's a certain element where let people talk smack about you, because number one, is going to spread your name, right? And your reputation will precede you in certain cases. And number two, right, it'll help you because sometimes people need people to talk smack about them. Sometimes it's not really a very good thing to have everybody just telling you how great you are. Sometimes people need to talk smack about you so you can continue to show and prove that they don't know what it is that they're talking about. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. That's it. Peace.